Quantemplate is a complete data solution for insurance professionals. The platform provides intuitive tools which enable business users to take raw data sources, cleanse and harmonize them with tools powered by machine learning, then perform analysis to gain actionable insights. The Quantemplate Analyse workspace is a suite of self-service business intelligence tools allowing you to instantly drill into your data and take actions to optimize your portfolio. In this demo, we're going to take the harmonized dataset we made earlier and create 3 reports: performance on the book of business, claims analysis, and a geographic breakdown of accumulation and clash. Finally, we'll see how easy it is to update your reports when new data comes in. Let's start by analysing our book of business. We want to see which cover holder is bringing in the most business. So we create a pivot table, drag the cover holder field from our dataset into the table, then drag in written premium. Quantemplate instantly returns a result, even on tens of millions of rows. Now let's see the variation over time and display it as a bar chart. We've seen that General Cover Holders Limited make up the largest part of the book, and as expected, the majority of the business is in January, with a secondary peak in July. How are our cover holders actually performing? They may be writing a lot of business, but if they're incurring heavy losses, they could be reducing our profitability. We can find out by simply reconfiguring our pivot table, bringing in losses, then using the equation editor to quickly calculate the loss ratio. We divide the loss by the written premium and format the number as a percentage. We can see that 2 of our cover holders are performing badly with loss ratios over 100%. Let's take a look at where those losses might be coming from, so we can take action to improve our underwriting performance. If we segment the premium further by class of business, we can see that overall it's the marine business that is least profitable. And if we focus in on the marine line of business, we can see that not only does it have a high loss ratio, it's also the largest proportion of the total book of business. Let's investigate why the marine losses are so high. Is it from an increase in severity of claims, or has their frequency increased? Quantemplate makes this easy. Because we've already joined our premiums and our claims, we can very quickly filter at a contract level to establish whether the losses are split across the whole portfolio or clustered in one area. A graph of losses on all policy numbers shows a spike. This large loss could be skewing our results, so let's apply a filter to see if the loss is in marine. This actually reveals a fairly even spread with high frequency but low severity losses. If we drill down further and take a look at our marine business by subclass, we can see that the cargo class has a large loss ratio, whilst marine hull is more manageable. Since we've established that this large loss ratio is due to regular, frequent losses, we can take action to improve the overall profitability by writing less cargo business. This insight was only discoverable because we were able to create a harmonized contract-level data cube within Quantemplate. Let's investigate that large loss. We can see that it's in the engineering line of business. And because we have the data on a contract level, we can drill right down to the individual policyholder. If we filter out the claim with the large loss and look at the rest of the engineering business, we see that the loss ratio is 24 points lower. We can then ask our underwriting team to establish if this instance was a one-off event, or if there's generally a high variance in the engineering category. This will inform our future underwriting decisions. Now let's take a look at a scenario where we're taking on business from a new cover holder and we want to include their data in on our existing reports. With Quantemplate, incorporating additional data is easy. We simply upload the data, map it into our schema and apply any further cleansing steps. Then we just run our data pipeline and refresh the report. The new cover holder data is included, and the existing report doesn't need to be changed. Quantemplate's cloud architecture is completely scalable, meaning you can add all historical data and keep on adding prospective data. This enables trend analysis over multiple underwriting years that would have previously been impossible or very time-consuming to achieve.